fifth day of Flutter, and today we are going to see the container widget. Now container widget is very much similar to a box for storing some contents. Now if we want to allow many attributes to the user for decorating its style widget, such as we want to give margin to our box, we want to give some color to our box, we want some padding, we want some decoration to our container. At that time we can use this container widget, which separates the container with other contents. Now this container widget is very much similar to the division tag which we use in HTML. Now if this widget does not contain any child widget, then it will fill the whole area on the screen automatically. Otherwise, if it is having some parent element or parent widget, then it will wrap the child according to the specified height and width. We can also specify, this container widget requires some parent element like scaffold widget, center widget or padding widget, row widget or column widget. Now we can manage them efficiently through width, height, padding, background color, etc. Container widget combines common painting, positioning and sizing of the child widget. It is also a class to store one or more widgets and position them on the screen according to our needs. So just jump to our coding section. So this was the first step which we have created. Now we are just going to change and use new widget, that is container widget. So before using the container widget, let us change the title of our app as app 2 and the title of our page as day 2. Now just hit Ctrl S to reload your app. So here you can see that the app bar is containing the title day 2, or we can say this as container widget. Just hit Ctrl S. So you can see that now this title of the app bar have changed. Now we are going to use container instead of this center and text widget. So just use container widget. So now container can specify only a single child. So we can specify single child. Now this child can be any widget like center widget or text widget which we have used earlier. So I am just going to use one text widget. Inside that I am writing one text as hey coders. Now just hit Ctrl S. So here is the text which we have specified in our container widget. So by default it is at top left corner of our page. So this is the position of our container. So as we haven't changed the color of our container, so it will occupy the color of the background or scaffold color by default. So we can change the color of our container by using this color property and by mentioning any color which according to our preference. Okay, so we have mentioned the orange asset color. So here is the container which is occupying space required only for this single text. So if we want our container to be of a specific height and specific width, then we can use the property of height and width, and we can mention the height and width property so that our container can change its size. So just hit Ctrl S. So here the size of our container changed from default height and width to the specified height and width. Now we are going to use, if we want to specify the alignment of our child, then we can use one property which is called alignment, and we can specify the alignment of our child by using this alignment dot. Now these are the position available for our container to be aligned, that is center, top left, bottom, center. So this is the position for our child widget, not the container widget. So if I will use center alignment, then my text will be at center. So just hit Ctrl S. Now you can see that the our text widget is aligned to the center of our container. Now if we want to give some margin to our container, then we can use the margin property, and for that we can use this edge insects dot all property. For if we want to give the same margin from all the four corner, then we can use this property. If we want to give specific margin to the left side or to the right side, then we can use this only attribute. And if we want to give margin to a symmetric, at vertical symmetric and at horizontal symmetric, then we can use this symmetric position. And other functions are also available, which can be used according to our need. So I am going to use dot all property and going to specify 20 pixel of margin. So I can see that 20 pixel margin is given to the container from all the four sides. Now we can also specify the padding, that is the pixel of distance between the child widget and the container widget. So similarly we can use this edge insects dot all and we can specify this. So here is the padding available for our text. Now if you want to give some decoration to your container, so for that we are having one property which is decoration. So by using that we can give some border to our container. We can also specify the decoration to that container. We can change the radius of our corners. So for that we can use this decoration property and we can specify this box decoration function. Now we can specify the border. I'm going to give border of width 4 pixel and the color of the border should be black. Now by specifying this, border will be given to our container of with 4 pixel and of color black. So just hit Ctrl S. Now okay, so there is an error which is showing that we can't have color equal to null. That means when we are using this decoration property, the color property of our container should be inside this decoration property. So for removing this error, just cut your color property from here and mention it inside in decoration property. Now just hit Ctrl S. Now you can see that our container is having border of width 4 pixel and now we are having okay, color of our border is black. I am just going to remove this padding as it is not looking so good. Now it's perfect. Now we are going to give some radius to our border. So for that we can use this border radius property. Now just use this border radius dot circular math function and just specify the radius of which border you want. So I have used 10 pixel, 10 radius of 10. So 10 radius is given. Now if you want your container to be of circular shape, then you can specify the radius to be of 50. Then you can have one circle container. Now you can change the radius of border according to your requirement. Now you can also specify the shadow of your container by using this box shadow property. Now just use box shadow function. Okay. Oh, you have to specify square bracket, inside that just use box shadow. Now just specify the color which of shadow which you want and the offset that you want to give. Now just hit Ctrl S. Now you can see one shadow appears for our container having color orange and of offset 6.0. Now if you want your container to be tilted or to be changed at certain angle, so for that you can use transform property. So by using this property you can change the angle of your container. So I want 1 degree of rotation at z axis. So I have given rotation to this container along z axis of degree 0.1. Now you can also have rotation at x axis and rotation at y axis. Now one another property is also there, which is constraint, that if you want your text to be at tight or at expanded form, that then you can use this constraint property. So I am going to use, so you can use any of this property, which is box constraint or tight, expand, loose, tight for. So for that just you have to mention the height or width about which you want some constraint. So just hit Ctrl and S. So I can change the height also. So this is the this type of constraint we can give to our container. So this was all about the properties which are available for container widget. You can go through the information or the properties or attributes that are available for every widget inside the documentation available from the Flutter official website. So this was all about container. Hello friends, today is the 6th day of Flutter and today we are going to see row and column widget. Now this row and column widget are not a single widget. They are two different widgets, namely row and column. We will integrate these two widgets together because they have similar property that help us understand them efficiently and quickly. Row and columns are the two essential widgets in Flutter that allows developers to align children horizontally and vertically according to our needs. These widgets are very necessary when we design the application user interface in Flutter. Now in row widget, its children is in horizontal direction on the screen. It will expect children with the widget in a horizontal array. Now if the child widget need to fill the available horizontal space, we must wrap the child widget inside an expanded widget. A row widget does not appear scrollable because it displays the widgets within the visible view. So it is considered wrong if we have more children in a row which will not fit in the available space. That means do not use that much of rows that cannot be fit in a single page, because if you are using multiple widgets or multiple children inside a row, that is not fitting in a single page, then also we can't scroll our page to adjust that whole children. Similarly, we are having cross axis alignment and main axis alignment property to position our children inside a row or a column. So we will jump to the coding part and we will see the different properties that are available for the row and column widget. So let's jump to the coding part. So here is the app which we have created in day 5. Now we are going to create one. First of all, we are going to create one row. So as you know, row will be having children in horizontal direction, and column will be having its children in vertical direction. So just create row. Now row can have multiple childrens, like up till now we have seen the widgets which are having single child, but row or column is having multiple children, that we can specify multiple child to this widget. So for that we can use the property which is children, and we can specify multiple child to this widget. Now I am going to create one container, and I am creating one child of that container as specifying one text. Now just hit Ctrl S. Now as we haven't specified the height and width of this container, we will have the default height and width of the child widget, and just let me specify the color also. So this is the first child of our row widget. Now just change the width to 100 and height to 50, and just give it some margin of 10 pixels. So this is our first children of the row widget. Similarly, we can create multiple children. So just copy this container and paste it twice. So now we have created 3 children of our row widget. So let me just change the text just hit Ctrl S. Now you can see that we are having 3 container in horizontal direction. Why? Because we are using this row widget. Now if I change this row widget to column widget, then I will be having this 3 container, or we can say these 3 children in vertical direction. So here is this. So this is the difference between the row and the column widget. It changed the direction of our children. Now we are having several properties, like we can specify the main axis alignment. Main axis alignment for column is vertical, and cross axis alignment for column is horizontal direction. Similarly, for row, main axis alignment is horizontal direction and cross axis alignment is vertical direction. So we can specify the position of the main axis alignment and cross axis alignment. So here I am using this start position. That means the container should be at start position. So just hit Ctrl and S. So now you can see there is no changes in this uh, position, as by default the position is start. Now I can use the center uh, main axis alignment. So now this three children are moved at the center position. Now if I use other property like space evenly, then the whole column space will be distributed between these three widgets evenly. So just so now the whole space is distributed between these three children evenly. Now I can also use space between property and the space above property to specify the alignment of the children. Now similarly I can also specify the cross axis alignment feature or property, and I can use it like this way. So I have just specified the cross axis alignment, that is horizontal position at center. Now I can also use some different properties, or I can also change the layout or size of the uh, our widget. Like I can give the size as main axis size as minimum size, and I can specify it as maximum size, so that the whole space can be covered or minimum space can be achieved. So here I have specified the main axis size as minimum, so this will occupy minimum space that they can occupy. Now similarly I can also specify the main axis size as maximum, then it will cover the whole position which is space which is available. So this will be the main axis size dot max property. Now I can also specify the other property which are available over here. So just use space no, space around. Now just hit Ctrl S to see what is happening for this. So you can see the difference. So this is the effect of the space around property. So these are the properties which are available, or which we can say are provided by this column and row widget. So these are all about the properties which we can specify to our children of the widget. Now the drawbacks of row and column widget are: first, for row widget in Flutter does not have horizontal scrolling. That I have already mentioned, that if you are using if you are specifying many numbers of children which can't fit in a single screen, then as it is not having scrollable property, so we can't scroll down it and can check how many children we are having. So just hit Ctrl and S. Now as you can also experience this type of error, that is showing that bottom over flooded by 145 pixel. That is, we are specifying so many children that are not to be fixed in a single page. So this is the drawback of this row widget, or we can say of column widget. So this was all about the row and column widget.